Hi, welcome to TNT, our quick look around Thailand and the region, which we do each day. And then on the weekends, we've got our live programs. Saturday and Sunday, they go for about an hour and they start at 9 a.m. Thai time. Now, we're going to start with a few housekeeping matters based around some inquiries we got from some viewers and also just some corrections to some stories before we get into some of the main stories, including a Thai perspective of what's been happening in Turkey and Syria with the horrendous earthquakes there. Now, some people inquired yesterday asking why their currency was dropping against the Thai baht. Let's have a quick whip around. We'll start here with the British pound and its relation to the Thai baht. Currently 40.3 baht to the pound. And you can see it peaked back in July 2022. Well, that's over the last year. And that was at about 44.6 baht. So it's dropped a lot over those 6 months. I'm not sure why. Let's go to our next one, the US dollar to the Thai baht. It peaked back in October last year, around about 38 baht to the dollar, now down to 33 baht to the dollar. Now, I get paid in US dollars from Google, so I'm not very happy with that current rate. Let's move on to the Australian dollar versus the Thai baht. And you can see again, it peaked back in July last year, and that's when it hit some 25.6 baht, now down to 23. I mean, not a huge drop, but it is still a drop. And we go finally to the euro to the Thai baht, and currently it's at 35.9 baht to the euro. And last year in October, it reached 38 Thai baht to the euro. So I'm not sure why all these currencies are so weak against the Thai baht at the moment, or indeed they're dropping against the Thai baht. What's your theory? A lot of people saying that there's been mismanagement, manipulation of the baht. If so, it's been going on for a long, long time, and it seems the Thai baht seems to keep on holding up despite being Thailand. So be interested in your comments in relation to this matter. You can put those in the comments section below. Also, just in our sort of update section, ASEAN Now Thailand reporting that the recent capsized boat incident in Krabi was reported by Thai media to happen after 9 Swedish passengers went to stand on the same side of the boat for a photo. So these boats were out in Phang Nga Bay, a long-tail boat, which is sort of skinny long boats, not particularly well known for their stability, but the story given by the Thai media doesn't seem to stand up to the comments made by the people on the boat. One of the 9 Swedish tourists reached out to Scandasia and talked about their experience off Hong Island. According to this person, all passengers did not take any photos, but were seated properly. She said the reason the boat overturned was because the boat driver took a small, fast and sharp turn before he lost control of the steering stick, also known as the tiller. But interesting to hear a different perspective on that story other than the one reported by the captain and then reported and published by the Thai media. And always good to get a different perspective on these stories. We'll pass those on when they come from time to time. To our main story today, and this is the coverage of the Turkey and Syrian earthquake, and reported in Thai PBS World. The ministry says it's received a report from its embassy in Turkey that the body of a Thai woman was found under collapsed buildings in the town of Iskenderun. The ministry expressed condolences to the family of the victim, says the Thai embassy is coordinating with Turkish officials over arrangements for repatriation of the victim's body. And this is the latest from BBC. And Turkey quake, President Erdogan accepts some problems with the response. And the latest death toll published by the BBC, 12,000 people confirmed dead in Turkey and northern Syria. And sadly, we all expect the death toll to rise, and critics claiming that the emergency service response was too slow, the government was poorly prepared. Not exactly sure how you can be prepared for an unexpected black swan event like this. And Mr. Erdogan accepted the government had encountered some problems, but said the situation was now under control. But the leader of Turkey's main opposition party had his own thing to say about this. If there is one person responsible for this, it's Erdogan. Well, I don't think any politician can actually cause an earthquake, Let's check some more details on this story. In nearby Syria, relief efforts have been complicated by years of conflict that have destroyed the nation's infrastructure. A crossing between Turkey and Syria has been closed since the earthquake, as roads were badly damaged. Let's check another Thai perspective on this story, and this reported by coconuts.co, their Bangkok edition. And the Thai Football Association confirmed last night that its nation's women's volleyball team is safe in Turkey following a devastating earthquake, and Pure and Bumbin said both of them were safe because the city of Istanbul, where they were staying, is far from the epicenter of the earthquake. So let's just quickly get our heads around exactly where this has happened. An excellent map published by the Mail Online. And you can have a look. You can see Istanbul there at the top left of the picture, which the capital of Turkey. You can see in brown the fault lines, the dotted brown lines, and you can see exactly where that earthquake happened. In the south of Turkey, the north of Syria, at the intersection of two of those fault lines. And you've got around there, you've got Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Syria, of course, Lebanon, Cyprus. And this earthquake was so big that it was felt a long way away. And here's some of the countries that were able to detect, people actually detecting it walking around the streets, not just monitoring equipment that usually detects these earthquakes. And you can see as far north there as Denmark and Greenland, and of course all the countries there around the epicenter, around Turkey and northern Syria. So a very, very sad situation, and that 12,000 death toll is expected to rise. You're watching TNT. You're watching TNT. Thanks for joining us on our daily whip around of the stories from Thailand and the region. Big thanks too to 5-Star Marine if you'd like to go on a private tour of the waters and the islands around Phuket. There's a link in the description. Let's go to our next story, and well, it's a COVID story. COVID is still around, lurking there in the background. This reported by Phuket-go.com. COVID cases drop another 30%, with only 4% of Chinese arrivals testing positive. The story says that the COVID-19 situation in Thailand is showing a steady improvement, with a decline of 30% in hospital admissions and fatalities. And apparently admissions and deaths fell to 90 and 6 respectively between January the 15th and the 21st. So we're talking of a couple of weeks ago. Let's go to more of that story. In regards to foreign tourists, this is the question I think a lot of people are wondering at the moment. 8 were found to have been infected between the 8th and the 21st of January, with only 1 being admitted to hospital. The 8 cases consist of 3 Chinese tourists and 1 each from Cambodia, Japan, Myanmar, South Korea and the United Kingdom. And PCR tests carried out on passengers departing Thailand for countries requiring such tests have found between 300 and 400 cases, including Thais and other nationalities, with only 10 cases being Chinese nationals, accounting for 4% of all Chinese arrivals. So it's still quite a significant number, but at the moment, luckily, this 2.75 variant is not terribly problematic. However, having said that, let's go to a story in The Nation, and Thailand's new Kraken and Orthrus strains evade immunity. Just wondering why they have to give them names like Kraken and Orthrus. Can't they be called Rainbow Unicorn and Patricia? Like some nice names. Let's go to more of the story in The Nation. And the Kraken and Orthrus subvariants of Omicron recently found in Thailand can evade people's existing immunity to COVID-19. And Kraken and Omicron XB 1.5 is spreading rapidly from the US and Europe and could soon become the dominant variant. And the doctor said that this dangerous new COVID-19 subvariant should be monitored closely. Interesting, the word dangerous there, perhaps dangerous from the point of view of being easily transmissible and very infectious, but not these days considered dangerous to most people's health. Let's go on with the story. And Orthrus, known scientifically as CH1.1 and named after the two-headed dog in a Greek myth, is spreading in the US and has caused fewer infections than Kraken. And the dominant strain is still Omicron BA2.75 in Thailand, accounting for some 88% of infections in January. Down the bottom there, 1 case of Kraken and 4 cases of Orthrus have been discovered in Thailand. And he says even though the severity has not increased, these variants are dangerous as they can escape immunity. So a suggestion there that if you've already had COVID-19 or you've been vaccinated, that level of protection may not stop you from getting these new variants. You're watching TNT as we move on to a little bit of politics, sort of, and this is a comment from Khao San English, and it's come from former Prime Minister Thaksin, and he's weighing into this whole vaping situation. And I think what he said is, I suppose the bleeding obvious, but let's go with it. And ousted and fugitive former Premier Thaksin, says Khao San English on their Facebook page, asks why smoking e-cigarettes is punishable by 7 years in prison while cannabis can be smoked freely in Thailand. He posed the question during his weekly online talk on Tuesday night. Yes, he's still playing politics in Thailand, despite the fact that he spends most of his time these days living in Dubai. And then down the bottom there, talking about the relative dangers of e-cigarettes versus tobacco cigarettes, he says there's no proof what e-cigarettes did wrong was to be against the interests of the tobacco companies. So I suppose he's just airing there a lot of what people currently think on that issue. Moving on to a story in The Nation. And, if you fly, this is an alternative for you. Scoot's first Pokemon-themed Pikachu jet landed at Bangkok Suvarnabhumi Airport on Tuesday. So Scoot, the low-cost airline, they've got a whole fleet of these Boeing 787s they use for their long hauls. And Pokemon's huge in Asia, and it looks like Scoot believe that painting their planes like this is going to attract customers. Here is the Scoot 787, and indeed it has been emblazoned, the Scoot staff there at a media conference, not many media, but there's their plane and emblazoned with the various Pokemons, including Pikachu, who's everybody's favourite, and that would have cost quite a lot of money. So somehow they believe that there is some merit in having a Pokemon-themed jet and that it will attract Asian customers in the future. Now, let's go to a story a little bit on the bizarre side. This reported in the Bangkok Post, and it says that mass haircut punishment spurs a probe, and at least 100 students were subjected to this penalty. And the Education Minister in Thailand instructing state agencies to launch a probe into a school director who allegedly cut the students' hair as a punishment for violating haircut rules. And earlier, a video clip was disseminated in social media depicting a teacher of a school using scissors to cut more than 100 students' hair, all the other students just sitting there watching. Punishment indeed. It left them with ugly haircuts during the morning assembly on Tuesday, and the minister saying that they've already lifted hairstyle regulations in 2020 for both boys and girls. The ministry is preparing to draft a hairstyle policy for students where they can wear their hair long or short. Schools will be given the freedom to come up with hairstyle measures suitable for their students. Thailand used to have the most draconian haircut rules up to 2020, and students having to wear almost ridiculous haircuts, which, of course, anybody coming to Thailand over the years would have recognised on students. The clip was posted by Bad Student, a group that promotes the rights of students, in its Facebook page, and also uploaded it onto its Twitter account under the hashtag, if you want to go and look at it, BWIT Facts. Netizens condemned the actions of the teacher and called for the revocation of his licence. One netizen urging the school to focus on teaching rather than student hairstyles. Let's go to our final story today, and we head back to Khao San Road, the party area in Bangkok, and also the Bangkok Post reporting that Khao San businesses told to turn down the volume. So there's no better indication that things are slowly returning to normal than local residents saying, turn it down. City Hall's given businesses on Khao San Road 15 days to control noise, and they had a meeting on Wednesday night with 30 members of the Khao San Road Business Operators Association and representatives from nearby communities, and they're saying the loud noise from music and shows in the popular backpacker hangout. Is it still a popular backpacker hangout? I think it's been slightly gentrified and there's a much wider crowd going there these days. But anyway, the Bangkok Post believes they should still call it the popular backpacker hangout. And here are the rules that they're imposing. And I can guarantee that not one of these is going to be kept. But we'll go through them anyway. Venues that play music or stage live musical performances should be in enclosed buildings and sound and vibration-proof walls. Yeah, right. Average noise volume and establishments throughout business hours must not exceed 90 decibels. No one's going to be walking around with measuring equipment. Maximum noise at any time must not exceed 110 decibels. And in the local communities, not exceed 10 decibels. Well, a car driving past your house would probably exceed 10 decibels. The volume of concerts or recorded music must be turned down from time to time to give staff and patrons a break from exposure to loud noise. Loudspeakers are not allowed to be installed in front of business venues, and sound meters must be installed and results shown via screen displays so that visitors can stay informed about noise levels. Well, there's not a hope in hell that any of that is going to happen. And sadly, when you live near a place like Khao San Road, there's inevitably going to be noise. So I suspect we'll hear more about the ongoing fight between the residents and the business owners of Khao San Road. Big thanks to 5 Star Marine for their support of the program. Please, if you do get a chance, share the video with some friends and tell them about TNT, and maybe also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. But having said all that, I hope you have a fantastic Thursday. Appreciate you joining us for the past 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll do it all again tomorrow.